Okay, good morning boys and girls. Wednesday today, halfway through the week. Anyway, well about to be. Phonics today, we're going to be looking at some more tricky words. I'm going to take you through one of these Education City tasks. So you're not going to have one of these to do today. You're going to have an Education City task for maths instead. A little revision game, okay? Anyway, well done to everyone for keeping up with their Education City tasks. I can see who's done it, and more people are joining in every day. And I think the kids quite enjoy it as well, don't you guys? So anyway, let's go. Tricky words today. Let's get ready. Listen and join in.
This is the word Mr. It is often made shorter to become the tricky word Mr. The letter M also becomes a capital letter.
Now, as they've said, Mr. Finch, Mr. Griffiths, Mr. Hyam, all of those names, when they have Mr. at the beginning, we don't write the long version, do we? We just write this short version. But because they are names, it's very important that we don't forget to include the capital letter. So my name is very easy to spell, and we've got our Mr. here. I want everyone to have a go at spelling my name. I'll give you a couple of seconds, or you can pause the video, and then let's check and see how we've done, okay? So Mr. Finch, that's the first one I want you to write, okay? I'm going to write it too. And we'll see if we are spelling it correctly. Okay, so Mr. Finch, so I have a capital M for the tricky word Mr. If you try to read that, it just looks like it says mer. Hard to read, isn't it? And don't forget capital F, because my surname is Finch, and every name, first name, middle name, surname, they all have to have a capital letter. So Mr. Finch. Okay, let's try a different one. Okay, Mr. Hyam. Okay, I want you to try and write Mr. Hyam. So don't forget those capital letters. Mr. High, Mr. High, like the word high, and then the word am. Okay, everyone. Mr. Hyam, Mr. I am. Looks like two different words, doesn't it? Hi and am, and we have our capitals for both of those. Okay, so let's look at our next tricky word. So nice, easy one to remember. Always remember it's a capital letter, okay?
This is the word mistress. It is often made shorter to become the tricky word Mrs. The letter M also becomes a capital letter.
So, if we already did Mr. Finch, let's have a go at Mrs. Walker this time. Mrs. Walker. If you know how to spell walk, this will really help you. So Mrs. Walker needs to start with a capital M. So let's do our Mrs. first. Mrs. Mrs. Walker. Mrs. Walk, if you know how to spell it, that's also quite a tricky word to spell actually. Mrs. Walk, and then our sound, just like the end of certain words with an like rubber, jasper. There's many other options, okay? Well done. Let's look at our next tricky word.
Can you hear the two tricky words in this sentence? Mr. King and Mrs. Jubb have the beanbags. These are the tricky words O and there.
Now the tricky word O is a tricky word because if we were trying to spell that O sound, we would probably use our digraphs. OA, like in goat, or OW, like in snow, or even our split digraph. O, like in the word bone, wouldn't we? But that's just a tricky word. It's just a random word where it's spelled OH, just like the English language has lots of different words which are just there, probably just to confuse us, to be honest. So we just have to learn how to spell those words off by heart. So let's listen to our next one.
Can you hear the words in looked,
Now, if you think about that one, looked. Listen, it sounds tricky because it sounds like there's a T at the end. So I'm going to write looked. But it's actually my Uncle Ed's name. Remember Uncle Ed? When we're talking about things in the past tense, today I look, yesterday I looked. Remember Uncle Ed liked to remember the things he used to do, and he always put his name in the end. So sometimes those words have a T sound in them. They sound like they end with a T, but they don't. They all end with an E and a D. Uncle Ed. Looked. Let's carry on.
Can you hear the word in this sentence? Sten looked for the bag of small balls. This is the tricky word asked. Can you hear the
Asked.
word in this sentence? Clara was asked to get her sun hat. Look at the picture and listen. Select the best word to complete the sentence. Sten Clara to do the wheelbarrow race.
Sten something Clara to do the wheelbarrow race. All of those words would make sense, but since we're learning about tricky words, which is the tricky one? Yes, you're right. Sten asked.
Well done. The word is asked.
Okay, let's go to our
Sten
next one.
asked Clara to do the wheelbarrow race. Look at the picture and listen. Select the best word to complete the sentence. Sten and Clara threw beanbags.
So, Sten and Clara threw their beanbags. Sten and Clara threw 6 beanbags. Or Sten and Clara threw small beanbags, which is the tricky word, which is going in there. I can hear you all shouting at home. Write them down, join in as we go along. Yes, you're right. Sten and Clara threw their beanbags.
Well done. The word is there. Sten and Clara threw their beanbags. Listen to the word. Select the ball where you see that word. Looked.
Okay, can you write down that one? Listen again.
Looked.
Looked. Okay. Is it 1, 2, or 3? Well done, everyone. I can hear you all shouting the answer. It is, of course, nice, easy one. Number 1.
That's right. The word is looked. Listen to the word. Select the ball where you see that word. Called.
Called. 3 tricky words look very similar there. Called. Which one says called? Well done. It is the first one again. Super.
That's right. The word is called. Select the speaker to listen to the caption. Then find the tricky word and select it.
So you guys can write down the tricky word. So listen carefully and then write down which one is the tricky word in the sentence, okay?
Clara could throw the ball into the bucket.
Which one of those words is a tricky word that's been mentioned so far? Yes, you're right. It is Clara could. And the word could is tricky because it actually has 2 letters which you cannot hear in the word, and that's another word. There's another couple of words spelled similarly. You've got could, would, and one more. Another one that rhymes with these 2. Should. So if you learn how to spell that part, you can spell all 3 of those words. They might be in a spelling test towards the end of year 1 or beginning of year 2. So Clara could.
Well done. The tricky word is could.
Okay, let's go for our next one.
Clara could throw the ball into the bucket. Select the speaker to listen to the caption. Then find the tricky word and select it.
Okay, let's go.
Oh no! My hoop has gone into a bush.
What was our tricky word?
Oh no! My hoop has gone into a bush.
Nice easy one, wasn't it? Oh. Oh no. Oh.
Well done. The tricky word is oh.
Next one.
Oh no! My hoop has gone into a bush. The letters for a word are all scrambled up. If I
Ooh.
read out spell the word correctly.
Oh, that's a
Just
tricky one.
select a letter and drag it into position. If you make a mistake, press clear.
Okay.
If you are happy with the position, press done.
Okay.
Good luck. Spell the word there.
There. The way I like to remember this one always is, guys, to do the first of all. So let's spell the. We all know how to spell the in year one. It looks like it says the er. How can we fix that bit? Yep, that's an sound. It looks like it says the but it says there. Tricky one to pronounce.
There. That's correct. Spell the word look.
Had this one earlier. Let's spell look first. That's going to make it easy, isn't it? So we'll do look. Look. And then what's my uncle's name? What did I say my uncle's name was? Yes, worked out well for me. Luke and Uncle Ed, because it's something you do in the past. And when we do things in the past, they have an ED in the end. A lot of the time.
That's correct. Spell
Remember the Funny
word
Bones game we played in
people.
class? We'll have to play that again soon. People. Oh, this is a tricky one. Have a go at home. Give you a couple of seconds. It's tricky because you use the same letters more than once. People.
That's correct.
Okay, I think we have two more
Spell
questions
the
left.
word Mrs.
Mrs. Nice easy one from the start. The clue is the capital letter, isn't it? We know the capital letter is going to have to come first. Mrs.